Hello, welcome to the session on fighting fraud. It is not a very happy topic, but it is a topic that we need to discuss. Starting with what is it? What is fraud? One of the definitions is the act of intentionally deceiving someone to gain an unfair or illegal advantage. And that advantage can be financial, political, or otherwise.
In a lot of cases, it's relatively easy to see there is fraud. If you see that somebody makes up a receipt and claims it, that is fraud. If somebody changes the dates, the amounts, the number of days, or uses the survey bought items for private use, that is fraud because it's deceitful, deliberate, and you profit from it. So that's fraud. The deceitful part doesn't include only lying or falsifying. It can also mean that you on purpose not share all information. So not telling something can also be fraud. How? Well, for instance, the hotel gave you a discount because the day you arrived there was an event and they put you in a different and cheaper room. But Surf had already paid, so they gave you the different in cash. Not declaring that and keeping the money is fraud because it is deceitful, you didn't tell that you got the money, it is deliberate, and you profit from it. So far, all the examples I gave are about finances, but fraud can also happen in other areas. For instance, if you state on your application form that you have experience or diplomas, but in real life you don't, that is deceitful, deliberate, and also fraud. What is the impact of fraud? Well, fraud and corruption take away valuable resources from our programs and services. So, less funds for programs. It can seriously damage our reputation and decrease trust and confidence in our ability to deliver results in an accountable and transparent manner. So that means for Surfeit, we have zero tolerance against fraud. Every suspicion of fraud will be investigated. If we can confirm fraud, disciplinary measures will be taken and the police will be informed. How can fraud be spotted? Well, it can be from your own observations. It can be that somebody on the inside or outside from the organization providing information. Could be regular finance and management checks or internal or external audits discovering a problem. What should you do if you spot potential fraud? Well, things to do: stay calm. Remember you are a witness. Write down your concerns immediately and make a note of all relevant details, such as what was said in the phone or other conversation, the date, the time, and the names of anyone involved. Consider the possible risks and outcomes of any action that you take, and make sure your suspicion is supported by facts, not just assume or gossip. And what are the things that you shouldn't do? Well, first of all, don't become a Wonder Woman or a private detective. Do not approach the person. This may lead him or her to destroy evidence. Do not discuss your suspicions or case facts with anyone else than the people dealing with the case. Do not use the process to pursue a personal grievance. Here are some things to remember. You might be mistaken, or there might be a very good, innocent explanation. This will come out in the investigation process. The process is complex and could take a while, and in the meantime, it could be a bit awkward in the office. But trust the investigation and trust the process, even though that might be really difficult at times. So, you have suspicion of fraud, you see something weird. What do? How do you report? First port of call is always your line manager. If you think that your line manager is involved in the fraud, then go one up. Go to a more senior manager. If you want to stay anonymous, that's also possible. Email lapperkan@surveyed.org. So, in a nutshell, that is what you should do if you see fraud. Let's have a look at more information. We have a brochure and we have a flowchart. So let's go back to laptop.